Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and here are the other three fast food places I like to hit up after a sweet Dungeons and Dragons session with the boys. Starting with the, hi, can I take your order? Jared.
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in, and my fast food restaurant of choice is Chick-fil-A. It is wonderful. Getting a spicy chicken sandwich from there, and I'm about as happy as could be. And also little biscuits in the morning, those chicken biscuits. Ooh, I'd eat those every day. Dan, what about you?
I thought you were going to take mine, but you actually did not. Hello, everybody. My name's Dan. I play Minnis PebbleWalker, your tiny little swarm keeper ranger, and I am the T-Bell swag of this podcast. Can't wait to hit the porcelain throne after that meal. Woo!
Play the audio clip, huh? What even is that place?
Taco Bell?
Oh, I didn't know that's what you said. You called it something real
T-Bell
weird.
swag.
Wow, yeah, okay. Thank God you explained that to other people. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I don't hate Taco Bell, but my name is Alec. I play Drell the Ashborn, and as the person on the West Coast, I'm gonna go with In-N-Out. I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, In-N-Out's better than everything, because it's not, but kind of is. But anyways, it's just solid. It's solid. It's healthy. It's healthier. It's not frozen. The fries are hand pressed. Like, they're good, right? Like, the way you got to order it is it's what makes In-N-Out In-N-Out. You get it mustard fried, double mustard fried, extra pickles with peppers. Dude, they dice up pepperoncinis and throw it right on there. Bomb.
I don't know what a peppercini is, but I'm sure I would love it.
What the hell is a peppercini?
Like a banana pepper. You don't know what a pepper.
Love a banana pepper.
You never heard it called a peppercini?
Have you been to Papa John's before? They just chuck them at you.
No, Papa John. What are we, a bunch of amateurs over here?
That's what they do, pepperoncinis.
Pepperoncinis, dog. What about you, Tony?
I was gonna say Wendy's in the spirit of things, but after you throw out Papa John, Domino's, baby, 100%,
No drive-thru.
all day, every.
There's no drive-thru.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Googling it right now. Does
Domino's
have a drive-thru?
Just
that
because
was
one
the
has a
one
drive-thru in this
stipulation.
random
We literally
place.
said it
Some
3
Domino's
times before we
locations have a
started.
drive-thru.
No.
Rarely.
We're
Yes.
vetoing.
Yes,
No, veto.
absolutely not.
Get
As a matter of
outta
fact,
here.
there's one right near me. There's one right fucking
Well,
near
good
me.
for you, but veto.
All right.
No,
But
absolutely
you know
not.
the deal. Before we give you the recap, I'm going to give you the rundown. Also, by the way, shout out Benjamin Drell. That was a Discord intro suggestion. And that's the direction I'm going with the rundown. I'm going to go ahead and plug the Discord. If you want to go ahead and suggest something and you are a Patreon supporter, you can go ahead and put that in the Discord. We also have tons of other cool places where people drop their fan art, talk about their TCG trades. We even have a spoilers channel. So if you guys like talking about what's going on in the episodes, jump on in there and join the conversation. It's a good time. But yeah, check out the Discord. The link is below.
Thank you for the recap, Alec. Appreciate that. Now you know the deal. We're going to roll for the recap where I roll a giant foam D4 half eaten by my buddies, where I am number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared. I have a hoop behind me. Or if the fellas would like me to roll it a different way, a more fair way, let me know.
I like the hoop. I never said I didn't like the hoop.
I want a new die. That's the thing I have an issue with. It's literally a loaded die that is continuing to
sure.
land
It's
on
foam.
me.
It's not loaded. It's loaded with good times.
Oh, yeah, and just really well-placed bite marks
What do you mean?
on the other side.
He's like, what's wrong with this?
Mine is the most eaten. Mine should always come up
false.
more than anybody.
That's false.
Are you serious?
Turn
though?
to mine, bro. Turn to mine.
Oh.
Look at, yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow.
Yeah,
You
there's
turned
a
to the 2
reason.
and now...
Oh, look at that, dude. What are you talking
Whoa.
about?
Bro, I don't even got a tip.
You're tripping,
Wow.
I don't
dude.
even got a tip.
You're tripping.
He has definitely
You're
less
telling
tip
me
than you.
there's less 2 than there is
2
1?
definitely has less tip than your tip.
Well,
Bro, what are you
For
talking
sure.
about, dude?
well, I definitely got
talking
more
about?
tip than Tony, but that's beside the point.
All right, listen, next campaign, we're going to train my bunny to roll the die every session.
Love it.
He's going to do this. And he's going to throw it.
There you go.
And it's going to be great. What, you going to argue with him?
Honestly, I probably would.
I would.
I mean, matters what he's throwing. I mean, is it weighted?
Yeah,
like, what are we talking here?
Is he throwing dimes or?
How am I doing it into the hoop today?
I want you to cover your hand over your eyes and go try and dunk it.
You're getting in the way.
Pin the tail in the hoop is what we're doing right now.
Oh, God.
Right? Yeah, push it in, though. Nailed it.
Hey, that's a 2.
Is that a 2 again?
Yeah, you can tell because the entire side is munched off
I'm not
of it.
doing it a 4th time, bro. This is getting ridiculous. The die, there's literally something wrong with this dice.
You can tell.
I feel like I'm at a fucking carnival just being scammed right now for my money.
We rolled the die. It was fair.
Yeah, it was. It went through the hoop. It's a 2 again. It's a 2
I'm telling you, there's literally something wrong with this die.
There's definitely
spoken.
It is the weight, bro.
Universe has spoken.
Absolutely scammed. Last time on DND404, psych, just go listen to last episode and then you can listen to this one. Bard, play that intro.
You know what? Done.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. All right, fellas, boyos, welcome to session 141. We pick up in the tomb of the first prophet. After the 3 of you had fought the first prophet, don't be mad at me, I forgot his name. After the 3 of you have fought the first prophet Oravexis in this pocket shadow-like realm, as you are blinking in the red, you find yourself in this catacomb-style room with an empty coffin, and you now obtained his soul vessel. And as you are catching your breath, stairs descended from the roof of the darkened catacomb ceiling, and a bright gold light shimmered from the cracks in the stairs. Minnis, the last moment you had that was briefly fleeting was a feeling of hope as you felt a presence through the staircase coming from above. What are the 3 of you doing?
I think Minnis is looking starry-eyed at the stairs with that feeling of hope, and he literally just starts walking slowly without talking to anybody towards the stairs.
Minnis, where are you going? You all right? I thought we were gonna sit here and take a snooze.
I don't know. I feel great about this. And I start walking up.
The light that is coming through from all the way atop of this spiral staircase is this like fiery golden light that is shining through. And Minnis, as you walk towards the stairs, Reginald chimes in. He goes, wait, Minnis, wait. And you see that he hops off Armos' shoulder and runs to your feet and tries to pull your pant leg back.
Look, bro, like, I ain't going anywhere until I got to tell you I bandaged this gaping wound across my arm, my chest, my legs, my feet, bleeding out all over here.
Yeah.
I don't even think I can make it up those stairs. If I trip on one stair, I will fall over and probably die.
Yeah, I'm pretty beat up as well.
Reginald, this is good. As I'm walking up the stairs, trying to pull him up with me.
No, wait, it's yes, but we need to proceed with caution. I've been in this place before. It is dangerous.
Then Minnis kind of shakes and snaps out of it. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, sorry, something overcame me. I don't know.
You okay, Minnis?
Yeah, I don't know, I feel something familiar up there, or something holy, something good, I really can't describe it.
I mean, Reginald, you've been out here, right? You've been here before?
Yes.
Like, what is he talking about? You know what's up there?
That room above us is called the Vault of Life. That is where Christo keeps whatever god or self-proclaimed god he tricked into giving their life essence to him to fuel his power source. That's where I freed Horatio from. We're gonna go up there. Armos can't be bleeding on the floor. And Minnis, he tries to force you to turn around to look at Drell and Armos, and even yourself. And the 3 of you are very badly hurt right now. You are all very bloodied. There's something guarding the vault, and if we don't go carefully, it will destroy you.
Wait, you said there's something, so you know what it is. So what are we looking at?
It's besides the room being eternally hot, damned, there's boiling oil scattered everywhere. Is like this. What is it? It's like there's a flying skull that zooms all around. And the skull kind of calls the shots in there.
I'm at this point laying on the ground. I guess we're good here. I'm just gonna.
I mean, nothing can get in, right?
Take a nap.
All right, Armos. Yeah, you take a breather. I'm gonna get myself together here. Minnis plops down at the first step on the bottom of this spiral staircase.
Yeah, I think Drell's just still laying on the ground. He's like, ugh, slowly trying to bandage himself.
Feel this immense heat at your back, Minnis, as you sit on the first step, as it's coming from the top of the spiraling staircase.
All the SIDs are helping everybody patch themselves up as well with little bandages and gauze.
Ow, it's too tight.
How many hit die is everyone using to heal themselves?
4.
I'm using...
I'm going to use one of my superior healing potions as well.
I think I used 10 total hit die. And I'm going to need to drink a potion as well.
And 2 potions of healing.
I'm going to use 2 greater potions of healing as well.
So over the course of the next 15-20 minutes, you begin to go through your supplies, and they are dwindling at this point. You take a number of health potions, you use however many hit die you would like to use, and you try to do your best to bandage yourself up. You see the SIDs are helping as they're handing you the potions. You guys are kind of forcing them down. Minnis, you've taken more than 3 at this point, right?
Right now, in this moment, yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to feel like a little sick of it. Like it's hard to put down.
Oh yeah.
If you feel like your stomach is just full of this red liquid that's just healing you, you feel like you couldn't even eat anything if you tried. You feel like the 3 of you are on the brink of exhaustion. You do not have any exhaustion right now, but you guys are getting very, very tired.
Ugh.
What's up, Sid?
You see like the SIDs are a little tired. And you see like your main SID, the one you always talk to, is just like looking up at the stairs.
Yeah.
And he points, he goes, meh, 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 taps on himself.
You feel it too, huh?
Meh,
Yeah, buddy.
meh. Gestures to himself, and then with both arms, gestures to the top of the stairs. Meh.
I know. It's got that same kind of vibe. Like you, buddy. Well, hopefully it's as nice as you, too.
Meh.
You're right. Nothing's as nice as you, buddy.
Meh.
You know what, Sid? Even if I don't make it out of here, at least I'll, hopefully have saved the world. That'd be nice, right?
He taps, like he puts like one of his stumps on you, on like your foot, or if you're sitting down on your leg, and then he points to Armos and Drell as they're tending to their own wounds, like gesturing towards them. And then you see that like Sid of the Ashborn is helping Drell, and then you see that Sid of the Avernus is helping Armos. Meh.
As Sid of Avernus is helping me, and I'm searching in my bag, trying to check as many health potions as I can because I'm just spent at this point, I notice a little item that hasn't crossed my mind in a while, and I give it to Sid of Avernus to roll it over to Minnis.
Little walk. What's the item? What are you giving him?
The box from
Oh, yes. For my mom.
from Miranor, right?
From Miranor, yeah.
Yeah.
What was from Miranor?
Miranor gave it to you. It's a keepsake from your mother. It looks like the size of a jewelry box or a letter box. And when you shuffle it around, it looks like it contains something inside of it. And Miranor had mentioned that this is for you because your mother had passed.
Oh, Sid of Avernus, you make me something?
Meh, meh. And he hands you the box.
What? I just stare blankly at Armos. Like, is this real?
It is. I think it's about time, Minnis. The time to look might be getting smaller by the moment.
Miranor gave this to you?
Yeah, it was a delivery for you.
This is from my mom, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Minnis, with a very shaky left hand, opens the lid slowly.
Minnis, as the SIDs hand you this box, this is a letter box containing various things that you know she treasured. You have seen this box in the house before, and it's something that she kept by her bedside. This wasn't anything out of the ordinary, but it was something that was important to her because it was handmade. It's beautiful, it's elegant. It The paint is worn on it. It has seen many years of use. It is very sturdy and has kept the contents of the box protected throughout those years. As you can tell, it has seen some wear and tear through the chipped, faded pink and natural brown paints. And you open the box, and there are 4 things inside this box. The first is a picture. From the arcane snapshot that you have, that you found in all the way back in Arc 6 when Numi shared it with you, is another picture of Mira, your mother, Titus, your father, and Pharos, which seems like their close friend. The picture you have where it's your mother Mira, your mother pregnant with you, your father Titus, and Pharos standing up on a stool in between them, and they're celebrating. And it clearly looks like they're celebrating your mother's pregnancy. This one is a photo of the 3 of them. However, it's your mother holding Titus. And they are looking at each other lovingly, and they're like softly laughing. And it looks like Pharos had cracked a funny joke to them, and they're just laughing quietly to themselves. It's a very wholesome moment. There is a sealed letter. There is a rolled up recipe sheet. It is all her best recipes. It's all these recipes stapled together. It's all these recipe papers clipped together. Her cookies, sweet rolls, her vegetarian power breakfast oatmeal bowl, and then there is a toy. This toy is a baby toy that you used to play with. It's very torn. It's a toy that you actually built when you were just a young calf. It's a toy you don't really remember making. It is a small rock with twigs as arms on the side and for legs. It does look like a crude version of Sid.
This is my first best friend, Sid.
Meh. Meh, meh.
Could be your twin.
Meh.
I'm kidding, buddy, and I give him a little nudge.
Meh, meh. It makes like a little face, like a little meh.
Oh my gosh. Her creamed minotaur horns. Oh, those things are delicious. And the snickerdoodles, and this is all the most delicious stuff she used to make. Wait, what's this down here? And I grab the papers with the letter on it.
An enclosed envelope with a handwritten letter from your mother. It says 2 minutes.
Oh. Sid, hold me. And I give my hand to Sid.
Meh, meh, meh.
And I kind of tear open the envelope with my thumb.
You open it as clean as you possibly can, trying to keep the most of its integrity. It looks like stained parchment, it feels very leathery. It has, it's very durable.
I pull out the letter and I read it very, very slowly. I reread it probably 5 times over and over and over in her voice, in her cadence. I feel the warmth. I smell the cookies. I hear her laughter. And for the first time since he left Lord Baron's Divider, tears just start streaming and streaming and streaming. He's not sobbing. He's not making any physical motion. He's not even frowning. It's just tears and tears and tears until Drell and Armos probably see him smile. He folds the letter up, puts that in the box, and that in the cart. Okay, guys. I'm ready. Let's go up.
Sounds good.
And he's not looking at them at this point. He kind of says that with his back turned to them, chin tilted up towards the ceiling, looking at the glow.
Why is he crying, Armos?
I don't know. I guess we'll hopefully find out when he's ready to tell us. But until then, we got bigger things on our plate right now. Tell me about this room as we go up the stairs. I want him to tell me more details about it, so I'm prepared.
Yeah, so, all right. Listen up. All right. And as Armos is leading the way, Reginald is facing Drell and Minnis and is prepping you on what's about to come into this room. Okay. This room is called the Vault of Life. Okay. This is where Christo keeps his, basically when he makes a deal with somebody who willingly gives up their godly essence to fuel his power, he keeps them in here and he hook them up to this weird magical artifact. He calls it something weird, like the Vulcan something. I don't know. He calls it the Vulcan. Basically, it slowly milks the person or thing or being of all their power, and then it goes up to the large rock in the sky, and it makes him stronger. And, well, someone who's locked there takes the place of thousands of mortal souls. One person, depending how strong that being is, it can satiate him for hundreds of years. So if it's just a weak being, it could be 50 years or 100 years. It depends on how strong they are. I saved Horatio here, after I did, they made some modifications to it, and this is where Zaroon hangs. And you know the name Zaroon. Zaroon is one of the prophets. It's the only prophet you haven't seen yet. And that is the one that was labeled the Demi-Lich. Specifically, the tagline on his statue was Zaroon Velcris, the prophet lich that craved life.
Oh my goodness.
So Zaroon like sleeps in the boiling oil that you're gonna see, and there's one really long coiled bridge to the podium artifact that I think Pharaoh's is on. And he looks at Minnis if he's still alive.
I turn around and my eyes are probably red, but I'm not crying anymore. Well, what are we waiting for? Come on, Armos. Give us one of those inspiring speeches you always give.
Yeah, Armos, give one of those inspiring speeches you always give, because you're so full of cheer and positivity.
It ain't gonna be positive. It's gonna be downright heinous what we're gonna do to these people. And I start climbing as I talk about all the ways that we're gonna rip this guy apart.
Oh my god.
As the three of you gain 24 temporary hit points from Armos' inspiring speech, Reginald continues to explain, and then he gives you just a little bit more information about Zaroon. And he lets you know that like he's neurotic, he's obsessive, and whenever there's a new being in there, he becomes infatuated with them. And while being infatuated with them, he's always looking for the next being to soon replace. As you see that he gets off on it. The only thing here, he loves Acristo because Acristo has achieved what he tried to achieve. He had failed in the process that Acristo had succeeded in, which is lichdom.
So this guy's a lich, but not a lich.
In a way, yeah.
So he's a failure. Got it. Okay, it's gonna be an easy one then. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like a gym coach, you know?
Yeah.
A gym coach, interesting.
Okay.
As you ascend into the room, you are in this large dome-like room. There is no floor. There is just this bubbling, boiling, molten gold-like substance that is bubbling and popping everywhere. Coming out of this liquid are large bloodshard spikes. In the center of this room is a long bridge that coils into itself, where there is a podium pedestal that this bridge ends on. On this podium is this large red dome-like shield. Inside the red dome-like shield is this smaller pillar where you see the outline of a satyr chained to it. There are blood shards sticking out of the satyr's back. There are about 8 blood shards, and these are very big shards. You see that through the red dome that encompasses the center podium on this spiral bridge that circles into itself, you see this gold essence, like yellow wisps, slowly leave its body through the blood shards that are sticking into its back, and they slowly ascend into a small opening in this dome-like room that leads to a bluish tealish moon. It looks like the life energy, the same energy, Minnis, that you saw when you guys saw Bandobauers die, all that godly energy that left his body. You're seeing that same life essence come from this satyr-like creature that is chained to this podium. Additionally, and lastly, surrounding the podium just outside the red dome-like shield are these 4 pillars that are glowing different colors. One is glowing red, one is glowing orange, the third one is glowing green, and the fourth one is glowing blue. It is incredibly hot in here. You are instantly sweating. You do not see anything else around. The satyr-like creature with a red mohawk looks like it's unconscious as its essence is being drained from it.
So I take it this is who you were talking about, Reginald?
Yeah, it looks like there was definitely some modifications here since I last been here, which makes sense because I freed the last one.
Huh. Okay. Armos, any idea what to do?
I mean, looks like we got a straight shot through this bridge. And it's super narrow, right?
It is very narrow. It's about 6 feet wide. There's about 3 layers of spirals. But there is this red dome-like shield that is protecting the podium platform in the center where this bridge corkscrews into.
Well, I would say Minnis lead the way, but Drell, go ahead.
Oh, okay then.
No, I think Minnis should definitely lead.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
Reginald, by the way, where is this guy as I look around this dome and don't see this person anywhere?
He sleeps in the ooze, but he's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, wait, what is around this bridge? You said it's just hot.
It's like a lava. It's like an oil, but it's very hot and it burns. Don't fall in. I would not fall in if I were you.
All right, well, in that case, I'll go in the middle of the three of us.
Honestly, guys, catch up when you can. We gotta move. And I am gonna run and jump off into the lava, but not into the lava, across the lava. And I'm gonna bonus action float to make it to the next line of platform.
You bonus action float, and you float 20 feet across into the inner part of this corkscrew bridge, skipping a large portion of it. And as you go over it, it bubbles and you feel the heat just singe the bottom of your hooves. And it is very painful. You don't take any damage here because there was a slight drop, but you see the steam come off your fur. And as you land onto the second bridge or float onto the second bridge, you hear a sniff across the back of your neck.
I turn around and try and whack whatever it is.
You turn around, you try to give it a back, you try to backhand whatever's there, as if a mosquito was trying to suck on the back of your neck, and you see a small, tiny, floating human skull. Wang came to visit. Oh, I can smell the radiance within your blood. You smell delectable. Godly presence, willingly, freely in my vault. Oh, a gift that surely but must be from him, because I've been doing a fantastic job.
I'm throwing rapier hits at him as he's trying to talk to me.
As he finishes that line and you throw a rapier hit, we're gonna go ahead and roll to hit as we're gonna start initiative.
Drell got a 12.
21 for Minnis.
4.
We're gonna start at the top of the round as the skull, Zaroon Velkis, prophet that craved life. As Reginald yells over, "That's him! Minnis, that's him! That's the weirdo skull!"
I know, Reginald! Sorry. I'm getting ready to attack.
As we're gonna start combat on initiative 21.
Yeah, oh, love it. Ooh, what to do?
He is considered tiny.
I was gonna say, he looks small on the map.
He is very small. You see that as this skull appears and is chopping at you, its skull looks like a human skull, but it has fangs. It also has, its eyes are socketed with 2 large blood shards that look like pristine gems. Fire erupts around him and swirls like a tornado as you see the heat and this glowing faint light in the back of his skull from his mouth that looks like where all these flames are emanating from. And in the center between his eyes, what looks like a blood shard but is really his soul vessel that looks like a pulsating blood shard. And you see that moves and rattles loosely within his skull.
I'm gonna cast my first ever 6th level spell slot.
Whoa!
And I'm going to cast something I've been kind of saving for a little while. I'm going to cast Conjure Woodland Beings.
Woodland beings?
Beings.
Woodland, okay.
You conjure nature spirits that flit around you in a 10-foot emanation for the duration. Whenever the emanation enters the space of a creature you can see, and whenever a creature you can see enters the emanation or ends its turn there, you can force that creature to make a wisdom saving throw. The creature takes 5d8 force damage on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one. A creature makes this save only once per turn. In addition, you can take the disengage action as a bonus action for the spell's duration, increases by 1d8 for every slot above 4th.
Interesting. And are you the emanation point, or is it something that you create?
Yes, I'm the emanation point, as these woodland spirits are gathered around me, and I think they look just like those little twig rock creations that I made when I was younger.
It's dope.
Yeah. For those that couldn't see it, because we're on camera, but you can't see it, Tony just did a big X formation. Like the twigs are crossing their arms.
They're getting into their Megazords.
They're transforming. Shout out to last episode.
Yeah.
So it is in your space because he is a tiny being. He can occupy your space.
Sure is. But it is still in that emanation, so it's gonna have to make that wisdom saving throw.
Sure will. And it's gonna go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. It fails, but uses a legendary action and chooses to pass.
It's gonna take half of 26 force damage.
Ooh.
All right, let's get this started. As I take a bonus action disengage, and we'll go 35 feet around the spiral, away from this guy. I go 25 feet away. I don't go too far.
Okay, as you leave his space and you begin to run around the spiral, he is going to yell out to you, "You can run, but you stand in the presence of sovereign entropy. Kneel and perish and give yourself to his greatness." Stares at you unwavering as you run away. We move to initiative 20, which is a lair action. You see as he screams and shrieks as he yells that at you, the room becomes boiling hot as all of these tiny little skulls swarm the room. They look like smaller pebble versions of himself. Everybody make me 3 dexterity saving throws of a DC 14.
Oh, okay. Nat 20, a 17, and a 19.
Armos.
I got a 15.
Yes.
An 18.
Yes.
Then a 9, but I am going to use something to pass. If you fail a saving throw, you can choose to succeed it instead. You can use this once, but you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. Adoram's Amulet.
Oh,
my
finally
God.
used it. Adoram's Amulet. Yeah, which gives you a legendary resistance, essentially. Yes. Okay, so you pass and take no damage here. Drell, make me 3 dexterity saving throws of a DC 14.
I got a 12, a 5, and a dirty 20.
You're going to take total 24 points of magical fire damage as you are pelted with all these tiny skulls flaming and rocking across the room. And we're going to go to initiative 19, which is Zaroon. As Zaroon shrieks and yells and is looking at Minnis, he goes, "I will save you for last, but I will hurt you first." It is going to use 3 necrotic blasts on you.
Fun.
A 25 to hit.
Oh, goodness. Yep.
A 21 to hit.
Yeah.
And another 21 to hit.
Yeah.
You're gonna take.
Owie.
He's trying to hurt you here.
Yeah, he don't like me.
28 plus 32 plus 35 points of necrotic
Oh
damage.
my goodness.
As all of these fireballs launch from its eyes and its third eye from where the soul vessel is, as a glass shattering shriek comes from him, as all these fiery bolts turn purple and black as they hit you from all different sides. And then he is going to move into the middle of both bridges, closer to the entrance, hovering over the fire. As he's finally moved to initiative 12. Drell.
Okay, I think what I would like to do is just try to make a movement along this walkway and try to get over there.
Absolutely. You step onto this red metal bridge.
And then what I'll do is I'll move the 40 feet, or sorry, the 60 feet, because I'll take a dash action.
You see as you run 60 feet onto the bridge, this large spike-like blood shard that is like hooked over the bridge. You see it move as it twitches as you run underneath. As if it's pulsating with something. What else are you doing?
I think that's just going to be my turn, to be honest.
Okay. As you end your turn, you see Zaroon notices that you had entered the bridge, is going to take a legendary action. As it begins to stare at you, the bloodshot eyes turn green as this ethereal connection from its mouth to your mouth begins to glow.
Oh God.
Make me a Constitution saving throw with DC 15 with disadvantage.
Damn. A 13.
You notice that as this ethereal beam connects to you, you see this pillar with red glyphs on it begin to glow as your Constitution fails you. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 11.
I barely kept my concentration. I was doing so much math while you were doing that.
Oh, you have to maintain concentration with that?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna roll that again, as you see the blue pillar is shining as you have to maintain concentration. You can make it with disadvantage.
As a blue pillar glows, I have to make all my concentration checks with disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh, that's not looking good for me then. First one barely passes. I don't know if I'm going to pass the next one though. 32 was the second one.
Yes.
So 16 I got to beat. I was so lucky that I passed that the first time. That one, reroll that.
Oh.
11 plus 3. I'm going to use my inspiration die. I really want to keep this if possible. Now 20. And what was the last damage you did again?
35.
Yeah.
It's getting progressively harder.
Oh my goodness, dude. 35, 15, 17. I gotta be a 17, which I did. Nope, fail on the last one with disadvantage. That's awful.
You see that your concentration breaks as the pillar around the podium in the center begins to glow, and Zaroon laughs, and he goes, "Finding it hard to focus in battle." You see this artifact, this beautiful artifact gifted by His Holiness, by His Radiancy, by the All-Knowledgeable, is the perfect device, the perfect magical item to defuse even the greatest caster. Only he himself can destroy this beautiful creation. As we end your turn to go to initiative 4, Armos.
Okay, so I'm going to, I see Drell head down the bridge and didn't look great. I'm going to take Minnis's approach. I'm going to run and jump over the bridge with my ring of jumping as a bonus action.
Oh, that's to finally use it.
Go ahead, make me an athletics check. Let me know what you get.
First, read what ring of jumping does.
Yes.
Lets you cast jump on yourself as a bonus action. The spell triples your jump distance for 1 minute.
So you're doing a long jump. When you make a long jump,
Long jump is 24 feet, is if I'm at a running start, which I was. Needed to make sure that I don't get yelled at by the DM for not knowing my skills.
Well, now I might yell at you.
I looked it up. It says
I'm also
24
looking
for
at
a
it.
long jump. Standing jump would be 12 feet. High jump is 6 feet.
We
straight
make a
up.
long jump. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score.
Yes.
If you move at least 10 feet.
My strength score is currently 8. 8 times 3. 24.
Right, but oh, wait. Jump across a stream or chasm. No, Jared schooled me.
Woo!
Yo, give Jared a trophy, man.
Damn, get schooled, man.
I got rule sharked. It's half if you make a standard jump without the 10 feet.
so you did a running jump, which so he makes it. Make me a athletics check with a DC 10.
Okay, this is dumb. 16.
You pass as you jump from the bridge to the other as your ring activates, and you see that the tiny skull flying above the boiling oil looks at you. What else are you doing?
So, as he's doing his monologue to Minnis and Drell, I jump across the chasm to the next set of bridges that Minnis is on, and as he's finishing his speech that he was giving and cackling to himself, I force cage him. And not the fun one where he gets to shoot out, the one that completely disables him for... Did I break your fight, Tony?
Shit. Shit. You didn't completely break him, but yeah. So you cast Force Cage and used Force Cube. And as his shrieking laugh goes, hush silence. As you see that he looks around and goes, as he realizes he can't hear anything, goes to fly forward and then bink, and then begins to freak out. Bink, 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 as he's trying to like get out of the Force Cube, but cannot. And then he begins to scream. He's talking to himself, but you have no idea what he's saying. Oh, he big man. Good job, Armos.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's crazy good ability. I forgot you had that.
The force cage almost pushes me off the edge of the platform. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Drell, I was gonna stick you in there with him.
Excuse me?
But I figured that this was better, and I land on the thing. So why don't we figure out what's going on with that, and then we'll come back for this guy.
Yeah, I think we can figure that out in an hour.
Yeah, got 1 hour.
Wow.
So let's get going.
Okay.
So we're going to go to initiative 21 minutes.
All right. Well, that's okay. That's a good start, guys. Great job, Armos. And I will jump 10 feet forward and then float 10 feet onto the next platform. I'm going to shoot a sling bullet at the blue platform and see if that hurts it at all.
You should take a shot and you aim. Go ahead and roll to hit it.
Oh, wow. That is going to be a 31 to hit.
Hits. As you see that your blue gem shines as a force dart begins to show, and then the altar begins to crack as you hit the blue altar, as you did damage to it. How much damage you do to it?
17 force damage.
It is still intact, still maintaining its integrity. However, you can visibly see that it has done damage to it. You look back at Zaroon in the force cube, watching what's happening, and you just see his jaw drop.
Like the jaw detaches onto the bottom of the force cage.
Yes.
Guys, I think we can damage these, and I'll take another attack. And that's gonna be a 27 to hit, 12 points of force damage. And I'll add more from my SIDS, I guess. So that is 18 total more points of force damage.
You see, after you unload those 3 attacks into it, each attack begins to crumble it away, and you see that the blue sigil begins to fade and then crumbles into the boiling hot oil.
I feel pressure on my mind release.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do, as you feel much easier to concentrate on your spells again.
Oh, goodness.
You feel like this brain frog has lifted from all 3 of you.
Brain frogs. Fuck.
I heard that too.
They're creeping around.
Did I say frog?
It sounded like it.
It's just what I heard, yeah.
As this brain fog.
Yeah, no, I knew what you meant, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna move to Drell's turn.
Can I throw my hammer at the green symbol?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just stay where I am then, and then I will throw my hammer and try to do exactly what Minnis just did. That is a 24.
You see, as the hammer lands, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, let me.
Bounces off. And as it flies back to you, it looks like it was about to go in the hot oil for a second.
Whoa.
And then it flies back.
Maybe I got to get a little closer.
Gotta use our special weapons, Drell, as I hold up my sling, blessed by the giants.
Okay, I'll be there in a little bit then, and I'll.
He has to walk around the whole bridge.
Yeah, I just gotta go around the whole bridge. So
you should jump across.
Fuck that, dude. I don't have enough HP to do that right now. And time is on our side, so I'm gonna spend the full. I'm just gonna use 30 feet, and I'm gonna try to get just further down the line.
All right, you use your turn to move as you jaunt across this long spiral bridge, and you have quite the distance to go as you try to make it to the center. As we move to initiative 4, Armos.
I'm gonna do a running start and jump again. See how that goes.
Okay, roll me a athletics check, DC 10.
These are scary. Okay, 18.
18, you pass as you go, huh?
Let the audience know he has a 55% chance to pass that.
Yeah, it's not great. I run 10 feet and then I jump over to where Minnis is.
Pushing me over in my space, by the way.
With an 18, yes, landing right on top of Minnis and catching him before he falls into the hot liquid. I look over to Drell with a thumbs up. Got him. As my action, I'm going to shoot the orange thing.
Go ahead, roll a hit.
19, 16. Oh my god, these are terrible. Oh my god, this is even worse. 15 and 27.
All 4 of those hit.
Oh, okay.
15 is the number you're looking for.
Got it. I did 15 damage, did 14 damage, did 6 damage, and then 12 damage.
Wow, okay, yeah, you see that as you shoot with your 4 Eldritch Blast, doing enough damage, the orange light begins to crack and then explode. As your Eldritch Blast turned from purple to blue upon impact, you see that your gem resonates within your tome. As we move back to Minnis, you hear Zaroon binking off the force cube, trying to get out.
I do one of those, like, anime one eye down to him and run farther down the spiral path.
You see he stares at you intently.
You made an image just for him to stare at us? Are you kidding me? Amazing. You know what? Well played. Like, hands down, well played. That's incredible. He stares at you.
He stares.
And then as I'm running, I take some slingshot bullets at the green rune. That's going to be a 24 to hit and a 23 to hit as I do... Goodness. Goodness, the SIDS are really adding damage this time around as I do 40 points of damage.
You destroy this altar as the green light fades and cracks and sinks into the boiling oil.
Does he look like Sully from Monsters, Inc. when Boo's getting crushed in the machine?
Sure, just without the hand.
Yeah.
So long, friend.
As he's watching all his pillars get...
You see that he's raging. He's like...
Drell's gonna spend 60 feet of movement to just... I'll be there in a little bit. Just keep it up.
By the way, it's 1,000 feet you need to cover.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I only got a few more turns and I'll be there.
I love the idea that this is like when Minnis was climbing up the castle during the barracks scene.
Yes.
We're damaging like these pillars and you just see Drell in the background.
Drell, as you make your turn, we're going to go ahead and move to Armos.
I moved in the same direction as Minnis, slightly behind him. Am I able to see the other rune from here? Probably
You can
not,
see
correct?
it, but you can't reach it because this large red dome shield that's in the center of the room is blocking your path.
Okay.
Blocking your line of sight to attack it.
Well, in that case, I will go in front of Minnis and take a dash action.
Move, Minnis.
Yep.
Move.
God, this time you push me over to get past
No.
me.
I used my jump ring again and just Mario hop over you real quick.
Oh, really?
and-
Make an athletics check.
Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I'm just gonna squeak by really politely.
You gorilla
And
vault me. Armos, stop it! I know we're out of combat for now, but like, chill.
That's my turn.
As we move back to the top of the round, initiative 21, you have plenty of time since we're going in initiative order. Minnis.
I crawl under Armos' his feet. I'm like, move, as I make it past him. And we're like racing each other now. And I'm gonna shoot some bullets at the last pillar.
3 rows out on the bridge, still on the outer ring of this corkscrew bridge. Drell is running towards the center.
I'm gonna beat them to it.
As I do 32 points of damage.
That's gonna do it as it begins to crack as the red rune fades and sinks into the oil. As the last pillar fades, you see that there is no change in the room other than those 4 pedestals that are gone. Other than those 4 altars are gone. The shield still remains. You see that you can get a closer look. You see this black-furred satyr with long goat-like horns chained to a pillar on the pedestal in the center of the room as its godly essence ascends to the small opening in the dome-like ceiling of this room, going towards the bluish tealish moon that is absorbing his godly essence. And you see, as you make it close, you see his eyes slowly open, and he looks incredibly weak. He is beaten. He is heavily scarred. He has a long beard due to the fact that he's been spending a long amount of time here. His fur is overgrown. His horns are so grown out that they look like they're coiling in and about to pierce his own skin because they haven't been taken to. He is a satyr, but he looks more animalistic than more human-like. Because satyrs are half goats, they usually have a bottom half that's goat-like and their top half is more human-like with goat-like ears. He looks more goat animalistic all around, but you can tell that he's a satyr. And he has a red mohawk and a big black bushy beard. You see that his arms are chained high up into the altar as his body hangs where his knees aren't able to touch the ground, hyperextending him. And you see that as the last altar breaks, he's able to come through and he's speaking softly to himself, but you cannot hear his words. The red dome shield is still active.
Yeah, at this point, I'm assuming Armos and I get up to the shield as Drell is still running.
Let me know what he says.
I'm banging on the shield. Pharaohs, we're gonna get you out of there. Pharaohs, can you hear me?
It's either I'm seeing a mirage or that's a voice I never thought I'd hear in 100 years. Is that really you? Minnis.
You know my name?
Yeah, I know who you are. That or my mind is playing a terrible hallucination on me. You see he tries to adjust himself as like his bow-legged feet are trying to like hit the floor so he can get some type of comfort. As you see he's just being held too high up to actually be comfortable anyway.
Yeah.
As his arms are hyperextending him. You see that along his back are these large blood shards inserted into several parts of his back. He is bleeding from those wounds. They had dried over and reopened time and time again. The closer you get to that the red dome shield allows you to, you can see his bones as like he's very, very underweight.
We're gonna get you out of there, okay? Hang tight.
I know you will, Minnis. I've been holding on.
I know it. We'll talk about how you know me and all that stuff later, okay? Or actually, maybe now. We have an hour.
We only got like 45 minutes left.
As Drell continues to run on the corkscrew bridge. Listen, you know what you need to do. To drop this dome, you need to kill him.
I figured as much.
Shatter his skull. You need his soul vessel.
Right.
He has this goaty, raspy voice. Coughs up some blood as it just adds to the dried puddle of coagulated blood on the floor.
Hey man, I know you've been in here for years. You can hang on a little longer. You're a god after all.
So I'm told. You see on the other side of the shield that there is another Sid. It's inside the dome. This Sid has a red mohawk and it has goat-like horns and it's colored in black around its mouth where its mouth would be. It looks like a Sid version of him.
Sid? Sid, you know that one?
He points to himself again, and he points to that Sid. A similar gesture he made when you were ascending the stairs the first time.
Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. And you see that like the two reconnect on either side of the dome as they touch nubs.
Hey, buddy. Have you always had this guy?
Oh, is that where he came from? I was wondering who he belonged to. He just appeared one day.
Well, you guys travel far.
When that freakish flaming skull is zooming around and sleeping, he comes out and he tries to cheer me up, and he does a good job of it.
Listen here, soldier. You've been doing a good job.
Meh.
You're one of the best.
Meh.
Were you recruited by Sid Sr.?
Meh.
Sid Sr.'s been doing so much great work.
Meh.
All right, listen, we don't have too much time left. Listen, how do you... Maybe we can talk about this later. I'm gonna talk with the guys. We're gonna discuss how to get you out of here, okay? And Minnis is trying not to like get overwhelmed and talk too much about himself because he knows there's more serious stuff to deal with.
As Armos shows up and is like, no, we need to talk about this now. What the hell is up with SIDS? Why are they everywhere?
This is honestly concerning. Like, it's here.
Everywhere I look, there's a Sid. There's a Sid already in this dome.
This is an epidemic.
We've never been here. This
is parasitic at this point.
Parasitic? Okay.
Let's see what you did there.
We got puns.
That's an S-tier joke about the SIDS.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Did he even mean to do that?
Yes, I'm a genius DM. Of course I did.
I mean, who knows how SIDS get where they get? You know, they're recruited.
You should.
And it's magic. I mean, it's magic. It's how the weave works.
After 10 minutes of arguing about SIDS and the ethereal magic of SIDS, Drell finally catches up.
Okay, what'd I miss?
There's a dang Sid in there. With the... Wait, who's this guy again?
That's Pharaohs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been kind of wondering about the SIDS too. Yeah.
Armos is just too occupied with the Sid to, like, care about anything else at this point.
This is the guy I've been talking about this whole time.
Look, I gotta say, the burning lava, whatever wax, whatever's going on, okay, understand. The blood shards that are, like, zapping our powers, totally get. The podiums that we had to kill, got it. The flying skull thing, that's a Tuesday for me. This Sid, I still can't wrap my head around
The
it.
skull rages inside the cube.
I still can't wrap my head around why this Sid is in there with him looking exactly the way he is.
Well, I mean, there are tiers. You know, some are militiamen, some are cooks. He's probably one of the stealthier ones. So he stealthed his way in there.
Hey, listen, as much as I would love to learn about this phenomenon too.
I don't have time for this. That thing's gonna come down. I don't know what we gotta do, so we gotta come up with a plan.
Listen, we gotta get my dad out of there. I mean, I don't know if you're my dad, I'm not saying you are my dad. I'm just saying we got to get you out of there. You're like a dad figure to me, because I've been hearing about you so much. You.
Drell looks at Armos.
Are you my dad?
He coughs up blood.
Subtle.
His eye twitches.
He stares at you. You stare at him. Some blood drips from his mouth as you see his red mohawk blow softly in a demonic wind from the oil bubbling around the podium as he whispers the words, "No."
I need to walk.
I kind of figured his mohawk's red, you dye yours red. You know, it's too much of a coincidence. Like, there's no way that he would know your mom, or
I start walking away.
he wouldn't know the Ivory Boulders anyways.
I do know the Ivory Boulders.
Okay, this got weird.
And you see Minnis takes 10 minutes to walk very far away from you guys around the spiral, about 500 feet. And then in the distance, you hear him yelling, "Damn it! That guy's actually my dad! I hate Titus so much! Why he have to be my real dad? No! He
God,
couldn't put
Minnis.
out a cool goat god dad!" And then after 10 minutes, he comes back. All right, well, so
We don't got 10 minutes.
Yeah, we don't have that time.
Is this really a place to have an episode? Do we really have to process this right now?
Yeah.
we got 20 more minutes on the force cage.
Okay, look, you're gonna need to process this in your own way. By the way, I think you are his dad. You may want to figure that out while we're saving your ass.
All right.
Okay, team, huddle up. Minnis, put that
Okay,
away.
okay.
Sids,
Locking it up.
stop doing whatever you're doing.
No, you keep doing what you're doing.
All right, that cage. Is this the ideal spot that we want to fight this guy? I feel like Drell's kind of got a problem here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Because if we kill him and this room starts going up, I only see one exit, and it's back where we came.
True.
Well, I mean, but if we kill this guy and then the room, something happens to the room, we've got bigger problems, right? And Drell looks at the guy in the cage.
You did take away one of his major sources of power. Those things severely hinder any type of hope that anybody could have in this room. Matter of fact, why am I waiting now?
All right, is there another way out of here? In all your times of being in here?
Go up, but I don't know what's out there.
Up. And I look up.
You just see a tiny hole that's about maybe 5 feet in diameter.
Uh-huh.
The moon.
I don't know how we would go about doing that, to be honest.
I haven't seen this room overflow before. You see, this isn't like it's going to erupt. You notice how there's this essence emerging from my body? That's what this goop is. It's rejected essence. This room is filled of an essence of those who almost began.
All right, so if things go bad, okay, and we need to get Drell out of here in a hurry.
Yep.
Minnis, you're gonna need to get a rope and tie it around Drell.
And do what?
And start floating, and I'm gonna levitate him, and then I'm gonna...
About that,
What?
Minnis starts twiddling his thumbs. The SIDS are gassed out. We can't float anymore. As I use my last float during the battle. So,
Okay.
I gotta be honest, I kind of want to make sure Drell doesn't have to do too much running. Maybe we should bring the fight to him after all.
To him.
Yeah.
To the guy. Over there.
Uh-huh.
So, leave... the guy in the middle. To leave this identical creature that looks just like you in almost every single way except older. Leave him here, and we're gonna go over there.
If needs be, like if it's, you know, either me getting out of here or not getting out of here, I mean, I can jump. I just wasn't jumping because we had the time. I'm actually pretty athletic.
Yeah, not athletic against an elf would be even an arm wrestling match.
Okay, number one, I told you. Okay, I got like that thing in my arm.
Pinch nerve.
It's like,
Yeah.
in my neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't
gotta
even
do it as
ready. I
push-ups.
didn't stretch,
Yeah,
and
push-up.
and then I did the push-ups, and then my arm, you know, it was like a whole thing.
All right. Let's take a stroll.
Minnis will go essentially 2 circles to the middle ring on the eastern side of the room, 10 feet away from this demi-lich.
Armos is in between the Minnis figure in the middle and where Minnis is.
Drell, as you walk away from Pharos, you see that Pharos' Sid approaches him. Yeah, he does look a lot like me, doesn't he? But flattering.
Oh my god. I don't know if that's Minnis' dad or not.
As me and Drell walk away, I'm like, well, they kind of are oblivious like each other.
Minnis is not a satyr. He's a minotaur. It's like completely different. But
So, Drell, where are you going?
I want to eventually just try to run back. Can I just say, like, with the rest of the time I spend, like, going back towards the entrance?
As you walk back and set up a preparation to where you want to be to try to get the jump on him,
Yep.
Force Cube is going to have about 5 minutes left or so as the 3 of you plan and prep to try to get the jump on him. You know that he shoots these powerful necrotic bursts of energy and can deal quite a bit of damage.
Yep.
But he is just a floating skull. Pharos had already advised you that a bulk of his power is now gone because you destroyed the pillars. That
Okay.
were preventing you from causing any real major damage.
I guess can I use my reaction right before the cube drops to cast a spell?
I'll allow each of you to make one action before we go back into initiative, starting at the top of it.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Because you are getting the jump on them, you know it's going to end. Almost, you know your spell's about to drop.
Yep.
Everyone can take one more action, and then we're going to
Perfect.
start at the top of initiative.
I'll go first. I cast Sickening Radiance where the cube is. Minnis, take a step back. 1 step back.
You off-center Sickening Radiance so that he's in it when the cube drops, and it will be affected by it. Minnis, what are you doing?
Minnis gets a sling ready, and as his sling is getting ready, you see a bunch more of those little woodland spirits come up all around the pillars within 10 feet of me. And I'll cast the 5th level 100 woodland beings once more. Started that way, gonna end that way.
Drell, what are you doing?
So I want to try to position myself within where he's at, that as soon as the cube drops, I can just take an attack.
He is out of your melee attack range while on that bridge.
Okay.
So if you want to throw the hammer, but it's going to start at the top of the round.
Then I guess I'll just position myself within distance of him. I guess I'll prep a dodge.
A few minutes pass as the 3 of you get in position as you're waiting for the cube to drop. And as the cube drops, the silence of the bubbling oil begins to flood the room as the shriek from Zaroon. As the cube drops, you hear this annoying, shrieking voice.
Your gods fled when I ascended, and you still pray to those cowards!
As you see, he becomes free, and he realizes that he hears the room once more and looks at the 3 of you and knows that the cube has dropped. And you see he goes, I'm free! And begins to shriek and howl in pain as the skull becomes largely inflamed, as you see that it begins to crack as the fire within his mouth erupts, becoming more menacing and more heat intensive and focused. As we start initiative 21, Minnis.
Well, at the start of my turn, boom, he enters my 10-foot area
Okay.
and is going to take that. He's going to make a wisdom saving throw, which he might still choose to pass, as the woodland creatures bombard him with force damage.
Yeah, he's going to choose to pass that.
Yep, so half of 23. So 11 points of force damage.
Eats it, shrieks it off.
And then I'm going to just keep slinging my bullets at him now. Reroll 1. That is going to be a 29 and an 18 to hit.
18 misses, 29 hits.
As he's going to take a total of 23 points of force damage from that attack.
The forceful damage begins to crack his skull as he screams, as those shots begin to burn the skull. As you see, the integrity of the skull is already loosening. As we move to initiative 19, which is Zaroon, as he begins to shriek, he lets out a blood-curdling yell as everyone needs to make me a Constitution saving throw of a DC 17.
Gonna fail this pretty easy.
7.
Oh, wow. I got an 18.
I got a 30.
30, you bet. So, if you fail, you're going to take 64 points of psychic damage. If you pass, you take half that.
64? Jeez.
So he's going to make a wisdom saving throw or Constitution saving throw for sickening.
Constitution.
He
19.
fails, but chooses to pass. He's gonna take half damage.
No, he doesn't take any.
He's going to fly through Minnis. Minnis, you're gonna make me another Constitution saving throw with DC 16.
20.
Funny, you passed. You feel that your eyes were encrusted over from this ashful dust getting in your eyes as you quickly wipe it away. As you feel like you're about to be blinded as we move to initiative 12. Drell.
So can I move close enough to get within melee range of him?
You can jump.
Okay, can I jump then from the path I'm on to the one Minnis is on?
Make the athletics check.
Okay, what's the DC?
It's a DC. How far can you jump?
I don't know, dude, like 100, 200 feet, something like that. Well, I can move 30 feet.
What's your strength score?
20.
Make me an athletics. Since you're able to jump 20 feet, make it athletics check with DC 10.
17.
You pass as you land onto the bridge using your movement. You get a 10-foot head start as you are now next to the floating skull, who is just 5 feet off the bridge.
I'm just gonna say, hey, buddy, and I'm gonna hit him with an axe. I don't remember where I left my 3 points. I think it was in my AC, so I'm gonna bonus action move it over to damage plus to hit.
Your soul will make a fine drinking next to the others.
That is a 19.
Hits. Oh, no, misses.
Okay. How about 21?
Misses.
Okay. Wow, that's a little fuckish dexterous.
Yeah, he's real nimble.
That's another 21. Damn.
You're just barely scathing under him.
Guys, look out, he's slippery. And that is going to be my turn.
At the end of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action. He's going to shoot a necrotic burst at you.
Whoa. Chill.
21.
Misses.
As we move to initiative 4, Armos.
All right. He moved out of Sickening Radiance, so I'm going to stop concentrating on that as I see him flying and Drell having kind of a harder time with him.
Okay, it's not a hard time, bro. It's fine.
Because he's dexterous. I'm going to cast as a bonus action Hex on him. And then for my normal action, I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast.
What stat are you hurting?
I am going to hurt Wisdom.
Roll to hit for Eldritch Blast.
That one. Starting off strong. Got it. Okay. 22.
Hits on the money.
28. And another nat 1. Goodness. Okay, so I got 2. All right. So I got to do some math here. So 22.
22 points of damage as you see chips of his skull begin to blow apart as fire erupts from the chipped skull.
And then I'm going to back up to the south about 30 feet. And then that'll be my turn.
He's going to make a legendary action on your turn and do another necrotic burst against you, Armos. With a 19 to hit, you're going to take 26 points of necrotic damage. As we move to initiative 21, Minnis.
He's taking more of that force damage since he ended his turn in my space.
Oh, he did. Okay.
And that'll be a wisdom saving throw.
20.
20 will pass, and he's going to take half a 29. Look at that. 14 points of force damage. And then I'm going to bonus action disengage and go about 20 feet north.
You do not need to bonus action disengage as he has no way of melee attack.
Oh, so he doesn't even get those. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I'm going 20 feet north without disengaging, and I am going to attack him with my bullets. That's going to be, that one gets re-rolled. That's going to be a 18 to miss, and then a 25 as he takes 14 plus my SIDS 8 as he takes 22 points of force damage. And with my bonus action, I will do nothing.
We're going to move to initiative 19, which is a run in a blind rage. He's going to shoot 2 necrotic bolts at you, Minnis, with a 26 to hit and a 21 to hit. That's going to do 39 points of necrotic damage and 26 points of necrotic damage. And then for his last attack, he's going to open his mouth and slam forward into Drell. Drell, make me a strength saving throw as he's trying to push you into the boiling oil.
Okay. Whoa.
You see, as he hits me, I fall back, and all those spiritual SIDS go away as I lose my concentration.
That is a 24.
You pass as he stops onto your chest as you hold him back.
What a little creepy thing you are.
As we move to initiative 12, Drell, as he's on top of you.
I'm gonna try to hit him with my axe.
Give me your soul. Let me in your skin. Let me in. Let me in.
As he's trying to like bury himself in your armor.
Get away from
He's
me.
trying to get inside of you.
It's 31 to hit. That is a 33 to hit. And that is another 31 to hit.
Hits.
That is 72 damage.
Well, if it can happen to anyone, I'm glad it's happening to you because you might survive this.
Huh?
As you slash into him over and over again, as he's trying to go through you, trying to push you over, you slide back a couple of feet. As you slash him with your axe close range, you see the shard begins to glow brilliantly in your family's axe. As you get him with the third attack, as you chop him in half, and you see that the fire is now trying to hold it together, and he begins to he's screaming. He goes,
No, the Vulcan Velactus, my greatest creation, my best gift, my treasure.
and explodes into an infernal fireball. I'm gonna have you roll the damage for this, Drell. If you could do an AD Beyond, please. You're gonna roll me. Everything in that 10-foot area is going to take 2d100 damage.
Bro. I think you should roll one and Drell should roll one.
Minnis, make me a dexterity saving throw of a DC 15 as you are in the blast range.
Nailed it. 22.
I'm so glad. Oh my god, your first roll's a 97?
Okay, well, spoiler alert, bro. That was 2 D100, but so you just said the damage out loud. Nice, man.
Oh, that was 2 of them? Oh.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
You take 97 points of explosion damage.
Ow. Ow, 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 ow.
As the dust settles and the shards, the scrap pieces of skull begin to rain into the bubbling ooze. Drell, you look in your hands as you are completely singed. You are now holding the soul vessel of Zaroon Velkis, the lich that craved life.
Guys,
as the red dome shield drops.
Look what I found.
I cough up blood. We did it.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it? Almost, wasn't that like? That was awesome. Everyone's good. Everyone lived. It's fine.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope to watch.
I'm glad I didn't do what I was gonna do.
Good's the way to put it.
Yeah.
I was gonna shatter him, and that was gonna cause him way more damage. But
Yeah, probably would be cool too.
You see that the dome drops, fades around Pharos.
I mean, we're running over there.
Minnis takes a potion of greater healing before he goes over there.
Take a potion of greater healing.
Shakily to his lips, barely able to get it down. It pains him even to drink it.
Oh, you are blinking red, sir.
No kidding. No kidding. I have nothing to stop necrotic damage, no reactions, none of that stuff. So every time he hit me with necrotic damage, I was sweating.
Yeah. The three of you wander over as the red shield falls, the dome around the pedestal, and you step on this triangular podium that is covered in blood from countless victims. You see Pharos with his eyes half open. He goes, you actually did it. You actually did it. Yes, it's my lucky day. As you see that he shifts the chains as he's trying to like move himself.
As he's getting out, shifting in the chains, Minnis approaches and tumbles down. And then he kind of gets up and he breathes and he uses one of his last tireless ranger features to give himself it's his deft explorer feature to give himself temporary hit points, to get 4 temporary hit points. And then I'm using my channel divinity on myself, I think for the first time I've ever done that, to give myself 15 points of health back. And then he gets up with his leg feeling slightly better. Barely did it, but we got it. We can get you out now.
You see, as you approach, he whimpers in pain to the touch as you unhook him from this pillar that he's chained to. And as he falls to the floor, you catch him as he slings over your shoulder. And you feel his back pulsating with all the numerous blood shards inserted into his back. Jeez. As you see the soul essence is no longer being extracted. Oh, finally. That's the worst. That is just the worst.
I believe that.
And he's like, he has like one hand on like top of your head. He's like trying to adjust himself as he regains some of his composure, then quickly falls onto his butt and puts his back up against the pillow that he was just chained to, trying to catch his breath, finally sitting. He's like, at least if I pass, I can pass comfortably. And he's like heavy, he's breathing so heavy.
Oh, hold on, we're not letting you pass yet. I put my hand on his chest, and I will use a 4th level Cure Wounds.
He smiles as you see the holy energy begins to go into his chest, but then almost like water on oil, it seeps off his body as the blood shards absorb the spell.
Well,
Guys.
doesn't seem to be working.
Minnis.
Yeah.
If the 3 of you made it here, you know what's in store for me. Points to the numerous blood shards in his back.
No, don't say that. Come on.
It's fine. That's why I put myself here.
I'm not gonna just leave you here. At least walk out with us. Come on. Gotta try. We could defeat him and this could all go away. Those blood shards could poof. Right?
I came here knowing I was going to die. But I came here knowing that you would be here to set me free. You need to finish the job.
I see.
You see the Cid that looks like Pharos walks over to you and like joins your group of Cids. Almost like it had already accepted its fate. Who are your friends?
This is Drell.
Yo.
He's the strongest guy I know, to be honest. I've never seen anyone best him in strength. Well, there was one time, very recent.
Okay, Minnis.
But no, he's strong.
Thank you.
Did you know Brax?
I did.
Yeah. Drell, tell him.
That's my dad.
The son of a god killer.
Oh. Yeah, he totally did it. Mm-hmm.
And who's this? And he gestures towards Armos.
Well, this is Armos. He's probably the smartest person I know. The smartest of the group.
Sorry, I'm bleeding.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully take care of you soon, Drell, but we wouldn't have made it out here without his cunning and his brains.
I walk up to him and just look him dead in the eyes and say, whoever did this to you, they're next. And I give him some reassurance as I'm like, he can see how stern I am.
He gives you this shit-eating grin as you see he can't help but to enjoy those words. He goes, oh, I know. He's gonna get it over and over. He's gonna get it tenfold. He looks at you, Armos. He looks at Drell. He looks at you, Minnis. I know why you think I'm your father. I know.
Yeah.
Me and your mother, Mira, who I adore. I love her so much. Titus is her partner. Titus is your father. There's a reason you look the way you do, and it's my fault. They had come to me with some help, and I had blessed their arrangement. And, well, I may have put a little too much juice in there. And that's how you look like me.
But I dye my hair. That's the craziest part.
It's the height, really.
You dye your hair too?
No, I don't dye my hair. It's naturally red. It's pretty awesome.
What are the odds? I must have had a feeling when I was growing up.
You see he stands up, and he's only a foot taller than you. He has a similar build, similar style. But yes, he looks more like a goat, but your horns match.
We put our horns together probably, like head to head.
Mira and Titus were having issues conceiving. And he had asked me, knowing who I was, to bless an arrangement. And when a god blesses an arrangement, it is a possibility that you can come out like them. They take some of their attributes as if they were a part of the process, if you will, if you want to go into the nitty gritty of it.
So what you're saying is you're my half-dad?
Not quite. Titus is your father. I'm not your father, but I had blessed it. But he shows like to the oil, the like energy that's pulsating in the room. You have the makings of being something great. And he looks at the Cids all around you. And he looks at the Cid by Drell. He looks at the Cid by Armos. He looks at all the Cids that you have around you, and he has understood the one that's with him. Gods are not born. If I had a son, it doesn't mean he would be a god just because he's mine. Gods are graced. Gods are created by those who worship them. Gods are created by those who find hope or fear within something. And when other gods acknowledge those existence, acknowledge those prayers, then and only then are they graced to be one. And something tells me that your influence has spread wide across your home.
Well, me? No.
What are you known for, Minnis?
I'm not known for anything. I mean, I'm just the chieftain's tiny son that never amounted to anything.
You may refuse to see, but we both know that's not true.
I mean, yeah, I got really far, sure, but like, listen, look at Armos. He's the brains of the operation. I always fumble around without him. I could never be as strong as Drell. This guy kills every monster he comes across, without a hitch, without a problem. I'm just here for the ride. I'm just doing what I can, and
You see he stares at you, and he's actually holding his posture pretty well, and you see a gold flicker in his eye. And the three of you notice that gold flicker, that godly essence within him. Well, that's not true. And he looks at Armos and Drell.
Yeah, I think we all know that's not true, Minnis.
Armos is just shaking his head.
I mean, look at me. I'm the tiny guy. All I do is healing spells and throw pebbles around. And heal my friends. And
he puts his hand on your shoulder when you say the word friends. And then he points to your journal. I see you're an enthusiast yourself. And he sees that you have multiple journals, like in your armor and in your packs.
I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to the paper, you know.
What do you take notes of?
Oh, well, what else do you take notes of? But everything. Our whole journey. The tale that we have to tell later. Of all of Drell's deeds and Armos's and everybody we've met along the way that's helped us get this far.
If they have a Cid, and I have a Cid, have there been any more that have joined others?
Yeah, actually, yes. Probably hundreds.
I think you should tap into that. You have a great presence and a beautiful soul inside of you. Much more than a chieftain's reverence can ever bring. You are exalted in your own way. Your reputation precedes you, Minnis, not only by the people you've met and blessed along the way, but myself and others like me.
Thank you. I don't know if I'll have the strength to make it through in the end, or if I'll come up with some master plan like Armos, but I'll grit my teeth and I'll fight through it. I'll do everything I can to take him down.
When you say that, Drell, Armos, you notice a slight change in Minnis. The color of his eyes turned golden.
What's going on over there? You feeling okay?
Yeah, Minnis.
I feel good, guys. I really do. I feel like this great weight has been lifted off my shoulder for the first time in my entire life. I felt like I was looking towards certain death this whole way, but for the first time, I actually feel like there might be a light at the end of my tunnel.
As the new tunnel shines, one must end. And this is where my path ends. I'm glad to have met you, Minnis. I adore your parents so much. Titus and Mira were my best friends. We did everything together. And to be considered a part of your family is truly a blessing. And you see he steps forward and he limps a little bit as he catches himself, as the blood shards begin to shine again and then pulsate. He's like, I can only keep this back for so long. Join me. And he points his hand out with his palm facing up, and he's waiting for you to grab onto it. He's waiting for the three of you to grab onto it.
Minnis immediately, but slowly, like calmly, puts his hand on and then turns back to the guys and kind of nods his head over, like, come on, what are you waiting for?
He looks at Armos, and he goes, to the one who brings the worlds together. Looks at Drell, to the son of a godslayer. And he looks at you, to the child of one. And you see that gold energy begins to course throughout his body as the blood shards begin to crack, and you see this godly essence fade from his eyes. His golden color eyes begin to fade to a dull blue as you see the energy begin to swirl through his chest, out through his hand that the three of you are holding, as you now feel this energy coursing through you. And as it courses through you, his eyes begin to waver, and he says these final words. He goes, I'm not gonna let that bastard have it. I give my blessing to you, so please, go kick his ass. And he drops to the floor. As the rest of his godly essence flows through the three of you, you all level up to level 20.
Woo!
You feel refreshed, empowered, and inspired. The three of you instantly gain the benefit of a long rest.
Oh.
Yeah.
You all level up to 20, You all have an inspiration die.
Oh,
Glad I used mine.
spicy.
And that is where we're going to end this week's session. You have now collected all the soul vessels for the door to the throne of creation.
What an app. What an app.
What an ending.
Much needed. I just want to say before we wrap this up, the amount of things that I get back is a book that I get back. The amount of spells and it is lines of text I get back.
The three of you are now officially level 20. We said we were going to do it. We said we were going to get there. And I told you were going to work for it.
You weren't lying.
And I think you did. Nope, I was not lying at all.
The last battle, even without the columns, jeez.
Huge wrench, by the way. But man, he still hits hard. And we'll talk about it in the after show.
The after show.
And with that being said, does anybody have a solid recommendation as we close out this week?
I did the last one. Someone else go.
You doing again?
Yeah, if you got one.
Let me do it. I want to do it.
All right,
I want to do
go
it.
for it.
We're going to say the same thing. Guilty as sock. Man, if you have friends that you need to argue with,
Oh my god.
guilty
we
as
played
sock.
this.
$5.
Oh,
Totally worth it.
I can't shout out this game enough. So I saw it on TikTok, and before I even finished watching the TikTok, which was only 5 seconds, I immediately saved it and stored it in memory for the next time me, Dan, and Tony happen to be wanting to play a video game. So good.
So
you play
good.
as sock puppets in a jury. You get to make up everything, and you have to plead your case. It takes too long to go through it. It's wonderful.
We're just going to leave it at that.
Yes.
And we're going to go to the Patreon supporters, and I want everyone to give their most level 20 goodbye.
See you later.
As an Eldritch master, goodbye.
Level 20 warlock, purist, soloist.
Goodbye, everybody. It's summertime, patrons, and that means it's time for the annual Ivory Boulder Rock Slide Festival. My parents started this tradition when we first settled outside of Gilo, and you can expect all kinds of fun activities, such as boar wrestling, boulder throwing, and the dramatic avalanche competition. This is where you try to make the biggest rock slide possible using only your horns. There are a lot of rules, but I'll go over that another day. For now, let's shout out all the lovely patrons who decided to help run the festival this year, starting with the Shadow Smugglers. The Dread, it is good to have you back. It is also amazing that you were able to help burn the coals for our firewalking competition. All the Minotaurs in my clan were so excited to see green flames for the first time. Although, maybe we should turn down the temperature next year. I had to healing word a lot of scorched hooves. Julius Kendrick, I don't know how you keep finding my location, but your presence at this festival was surprisingly fun. Our clan doesn't shy away from the grotesque, and most of the guests loved your animated skeleton show. It was amazing that you worked with Reese to create such a spectacle. The Warrior Minotaurs will not stop talking about it. Annie, Master of Weapons, your blacksmith stall was a huge hit. Most of the warriors in the Ivory Boulders clan had no idea what a pike was before you came into town. I don't think they really liked the armor, but I heard you took 127 orders. Well, I know it was 127 orders because I was sent the bill. These Minotaurs don't really get out much. Next are the Bloodshard Bandits. Morgan Ulthil, you and your fox put on the most wonderful performance for the young Minotaurs. I saw one of the youngins trying to train a flying squirrel how to backflip after watching your show. We will absolutely have you back next year, if you're able. Just next time, please don't give the kids any more potions. They got a little bit addicted. Artemis, I really appreciate you running security for this event. I heard you took down a group of gnolls that ran towards the Drell statue I carved out during the art competition. It's crazy that gnolls were found in these parts. So weird. Craig Dawnbringer, your closet riding arena was a big hit with the children. How were you able to train that thing to behave so well? It's like you two have this special bond, an immaculate connection, a practical pact. Oh, wait, I understand now. Knockmock! Novo was overbooked, so it's amazing you were able to make it on such short notice to run your enchanting food cart. There were so many exotic forms of jerky and soups and kebabs. although maybe cool it on the defamatory remarks about Novo next time. Let's keep your competition friendly, shall we? Avanox, I was a bit hesitant to hire you since you are pretty new to the Bloodshard Bandits, but Artemis spoke highly of your work. You did an amazing job keeping Armos out of the private area reserved for the elders, despite his tricks. And don't think I didn't notice you on your break taking first place on the firewalking competition. Haha, well done. Shade Greyfire, thank you for your well-thought-out speech during our flag-raising ceremony. It was so inspiring when you talked about overcoming demons and hags. I probably should have told you it was a flag-raising and then burning ceremony, though. Everyone was moved, but a bit confused at what it had to do with our hatred for the neighboring Bugbear tribe. That's on me. Brandy Woodburner, your wine pairing stall was such a wonderful idea. I never thought to drink honey wine with a spicy stew. Oh, but please make note to cut Drell off after 10 mugs next time. He got into sad Drell mode and wouldn't stop talking to the Minotaurs about Boxy. Sly, were you even at the festival? I couldn't find you anywhere. I did hear there was a hooded figure seen leaving flowers and fixing decorations around the festival. Did you have anything to do with that? But hey, next are the Sidget College alumni. Thank you for spending your summer break with us. David LaChance, I noticed you were going pretty hard at the Sid Spectacular After Party. I hope you had a great time. Casey, thank you so much for contributing to the festival fund, even though you weren't able to make it this year. I sent you a drawing of Miranor falling off an animated stone bull. I hope you like it. Punk, it was amazing having you and your band play at the closing ceremony. Your type of music went so well with our tradition of breaking our old chairs with boulders. Mongo, thanks for helping everyone set up their stalls before the festival. It's a shame you napped through most of the games afterward, however. I'll designate a Sid to wake you up next time in case it happens again. Saint Chaos, we all love your brews, but if you try to sabotage Brandy's stall again, you will be banned from the festival. We will still order from you, of course, but rules are rules. Eris, it was wonderful having a Genasi visit our humble village. You and Artemis did a great job fighting those gnolls. I also love the part where you mistook Miranor for a beast and tackled him. That was so great. And last but not least, we have Humbrea's heroes. Bjorn Battleborn and Drown got joint first in the Rage competition. They're still very mad, though, that they tied. Truckle Darts drew the most wonderful illustrations at her booth of John Carroll and Johnny Tarr going crazy during the pie-eating competition. Sludge Lone Star, Man with Glass, and Taslin did suspiciously good at the bottle bow and arrow game and walked away with a ton of stuffed Reginalds. Hart and Barry Brandbottle came in first place at the amateur brewers competition and got way too drunk off their own supply. Kazus and Iskor Storm got into a shouting match over who was the better Dragonborn warlock, as Nico, a human warlock, drank their brandy awkwardly behind them. And that should be everyone that helped out with this year's Rock Slide Festival. If you would like to help out with the next one, go on over to patreon.com/DND404 and subscribe to any of the tiers from Humbrea's Heroes all the way up to the Shadow Smugglers. Then I can personally thank you here at the end of every episode. Celebration. Until next time, everybody.